Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play and earn games on the blockchain, such as Splinterlands. And in today's video, I just wanted to share some interesting data that I was looking into that, well, I'm just going to share the data and let you make your own opinions and do your own research. I will certainly share some of my opinions and conclusions as well, but at the end of the day, it's just data. Let's take a look at it. So the first thing I want to share with you is coming from the Peak Monsters dashboard. Looking at the daily active accounts, you can see here over the last 3 days, our daily active accounts coming in at 76,951, 72,864, and 79,091. That's 3 days in a row where we have consistently almost record low numbers for daily active accounts. And if you look at the historic trends here, if we have another 2 days of these numbers between, let's say, 76 to under 80,000 daily active accounts, I think it will be setting a new baseline for us moving forward for what we can expect to see with daily active accounts. You can still see here, we are having some spikes here towards the end of February, or beginning of this month, where we actually had 159, 183, and 201,000 daily active accounts. It's a little hard to interpret this data without having a really, I would say, accurate dashboard here for daily active accounts. But again, let's see over the next 2 days if we can really find a new baseline, let's say around 76 to 80,000 daily active accounts in Splinterlands. But that's not really what I wanted to focus on specifically today. What I wanted to show you here is the rental market data, which I think is interesting because what you can see here, our daily rental market income or revenue is roughly between $4,000 to $5,000 a day. You can see here the last 24 hours, it was at $4.61 thousand, so $4,600 basically. And if you look at this trend here, you can see it's been pretty consistent since around June of 2022, when there was a significant change made in the game. But for basically the last, well, what would this be? This would be the last 9 months roughly. The rental income has stayed pretty consistently in this band here, with no necessarily huge spikes at end of season for end of season rewards like we were seeing in 2022, at the first half of 2022, and also in 2021. So what does this mean when coupled with the daily active accounts being at essentially all-time lows, or at least near-time recent lows between 76 and 80,000, down from, let's say, 200 to 400,000? Well, if the number of daily active accounts is at basically near-time lows here, but yet we have stability in the rental income, it basically leads us to a hypothesis or conclusion that while the number of accounts renting are going down, the amount of rental costs or income staying flat means that those accounts are probably renting more DEC worth on a daily basis to make up for the gap in accounts if we maintain a steady revenue baseline here. So that's interesting, and it could go back to our previous video talking about how there are some account consolidations probably happening not only in the rental market for league battling for ranked battles, but also in the card market. And I want to show you one other piece of data here, and this is the number of combined cards per edition. And what is interesting to note here specifically, to look at the yellow line and this cyan or turquoise line here. The yellow line represents the reward cards here. These are not total BCX, these are combined cards, so unique cards here. You can see here that we were pretty much somewhere between, let's say, 27 to 28 million reward cards here, roughly at the start of 2023 in January. And now we're actually below 25 million. The exact number is 24.6 million. So So what does that mean if the number of combined cards in the reward card edition is going down? Well, it means a lot of those low BCX or single BCX cards are indeed being combined into larger leveled cards here, going down roughly, let's say, between 3 to 5 million approximately cards being consolidated or combined. That's pretty interesting for the reward cards perspective. And then also you can see the same type of thing happening on a lesser scale here, but certainly happening as well with the cyan or the turquoise bar here, which are promo cards. Promo cards being at the start of 2023, being well over 600,000. Now here dipping down, going down under 550,000. So that's pretty significant from a percentage perspective on promo cards being combined. And some of that may be Archimus the Bear for sure, but it could be other promo cards as well. Now, the last thing I want to leave you with from a data perspective that is not specific to the rental market or the consolidation of cards, but it's actually the Soulbound reward card print rate. What we can see here is the Soulbound reward print rate to start 2023 was obviously 0. It is now at 6.3 million. You can see this vertical line shooting up in the last month here, where we went from 0 Soulbound reward cards to 6.3 million. And what is interesting here is that there are 6.3 million reward cards Soulbound in 1 month. But look at the total combined cards of reward cards outside of Soulbound in the game of Splinterlands. That includes all the Chaos Legion cards, is 24.6 million combined cards. So basically in 1 month, we have printed the equivalent of 1/4 or 25% of all reward cards in existence, including the Chaos Legion reward cards. And that includes obviously summoners and other things in that Soulbound reward cards. So I'll just leave you with that fact. Is that something to be concerned about? Well, do your own research, form your own opinions, and let me know in the comments below. To the Salty Boy fan club that's been very active recently in the comments.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
And to all the real ones out there, keep stacking those stats.
That's entertainment.